Okay, it looks like we're recorded on here. We'll kind of redo this over again because I downloaded a broadcasting program called Bandicam, but you obviously get I guess 10 free minutes and then you got to pay for it. But I'm using this OBS free good broadcasting software that I've been using to stream live on YouTube. Because YouTube has changed now, and now you got to download your own broadcasting program software and then save it and then upload it to YouTube. That way you can no longer do it straight integrated into YouTube. Let's see here. Well, I'm just gonna mention this again. Parasites could be, if you any of you out there are big sushi eaters, watch out and be careful, because parasites, listen to this, parasites could be lurking in your sushi, doctors warn. CNN posted that today. The other thing I was going to get into here when it stopped my video, one thing I wanted to get into is your brilliant United States President, Mr. Donald Trump, just fired the FBI Director-in-Chief. I'm going to read this. Sarasota, Florida. Special report. Ringling's impact on Sarasota goes beyond the circus. After 146 years, the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus will end performances on Sunday for good. But here on the Suncoast, those involved with circus arts say the circus is not closing. Just one name, Ringling. Let's not forget Sarasota would not be what it is today without a man named Ringling. John Ringling's influence in Sarasota is hard to miss. He developed the John Ringling Estates and what would become St. Armand Circle. Today, the city he called home proudly displays his name at the Ringling, one of the nation's finest art museums, Ringling Boulevard, the Ringling Causeway, which has become a symbol of the city of Sarasota, a shopping center slated for redevelopment in Ringling College of Art and Design, which was started by John Ringling. There's even a barber shop and a pizza place with the name Ringling. It's hard to imagine what Sarasota would be if he hadn't moved here a century ago. It would be artistic, and he really has created, I think, the most interesting community for anyone interested in the arts to live here, because you got everything. You got the ballet, the opera, you have everything, and it's because it all started here, says keeper and curator of Sa Di Jean, Ron McCarty. John Ringling made sure his museum art collection and magnificent home, Cadizan, would be all donated to the state of Florida. In 1927, he brought his circus here. The circus winter home went up off Beneva Road, north of Fruitville. Performers fell in love with the area and moved here permanently, raising new generations of circus performers, many of whom joined the Sailor Circus, the greatest little show on earth. This program started in 1949 because there were so many Ringling artists homing here in Sarasota, so its historical value is immeasurable, really, says Jennifer Mitchell, managing director of the Circus Arts Conservatory, which includes the Sailor Circus. The organization, founded by former Ringling performers Pedro Reese and Dolly Jacobs, to keep the circus tradition alive and thriving. The circus heritage here in Sarasota is worldwide. People in Europe know Sarasota for its circus history. Honestly, it's just something that's unique to America and unique to the world, says Circus Arts Conservatory co-founder and associate director Dolly Jacobs. That history is on display every day at the Ringling's Circus Museum. Deborah Walk is Ringling's assistant director of Legacy and Circus. What is closing? The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. What is not closing is the human desire to be daring and to fly through the air, says Walk. Circus Arts Conservatory's co-founder and CEO Pedro Reese agrees. It's a wonderful thing, watching the audience arrive and come to see our shows, because it's tri-generation. You'll have grandchildren, their parents, and their parents all come to see the same show, and it's lifelong memories. All agree John Ringling's impact on Sarasota is as astounding as the acts in his circus that thrilled audiences for generations, from the arts to a resort area and the bridge that connects it to the mainland. Sarasota will be forever grateful. It just keeps going on and on. But I guess besides touring with the circus, I guess in the Sarasota Suncoast area, I guess they'll be doing some circus stuff and everything like that. Because that's where everybody from Ringling Brothers and a lot of these circuses, they grew up and started with the circus here in Sarasota, Florida. Another thing, Northport, Florida, here in like a next town away, has been having a big open brush fire. I think it's still, last I checked, it was 35% contained. Let's see here. Okay, it's still recording too. Good. Let's see here. Trying to see what else is on my news apps here, because I was just coming on here to do like current events and some news of the day here. Let's try to go on. Let's check this out. Let's do it. Let's do ABC Action News in Tampa. Check out their news. Let's see. ABC News. Well, you got on ABC News here. Supposedly travel ban, judges scrutinize Trump's Muslim statements. Well, this also, FBI director search moving rapidly, Trump says. I guess your brilliant President Trump is on a hunt for a new FBI director. If you have any news you want to share, if you want to comment on any of the news we talked about today, if you got a breaking news story or something that's going on in your area, something you want to get in touch with us about, I'll give you all my contact information. If you want to get a hold of the newsroom in the studio, if you have any breaking news story or anything that you would like to bring to the Super News 22's team and to bring to our attention, our studio and news line is 727-308-0377. 727-308-0377. That is the official studio news line if you want to call us. But any breaking news or anything interesting that would spike our attention here at Super News 22, or you can add us and send us a contact request on Skype. You can call us and send us a Skype request on Skype. Our Skype ID and name is Super News 22 Live. Super News 22 Live. That's our Skype ID. I just made a Super News 22 Facebook page and everything, and a personal Facebook. We got a Twitter. If you look up SN22 or Super News 22, we got a Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube. I think it's Super News 22 Live or something like Super News 22. You can follow us on there. Our main picture on our YouTube is a downtown Sarasota viewing picture. And if you want to email us with any breaking news stories or anything, it's supernews22live@gmail.com or supernews22live@aol.com. Well, listen, guys, the news is for you. The news is for everybody. And the news is important. And if you want to get a hold of us, add us on Skype, supernews22 live, or follow us on Twitter or YouTube and all that, or call us at the number on the newsroom in the studio. Have a great night, guys. See ya out of Studio 22.